Okay. In the first unit, we studied about S parameters. S parameters are used to study the properties and analyze the properties of networks and devices at high frequency, RF and microwave frequency range. So yes, it is not it is difficult to use Z parameter, Y parameters, and ABCD parameters at RF and microwave frequencies. S parameters are specified to study the properties of networks and devices at RF and microwave frequencies. Okay, that we studied in the previous topics. And also, as we studied this devices and networks, linear devices and networks can be represented through a matrix, S matrix. So S matrix from looking at S parameters and with some mathematical analysis, we can analyze what kind of that network is. It may be a reciprocal, lossless, or a symmetric network and matched network. So that also we studied in the previous class. So now next is a signal flow graph in the same unit to two. This signal flow graph is there. So here signal flow graph you already studied in control system. In the control system, signal flow graphs are used to reduce the that block diagram. Okay, so similarly here also same purpose as in control system. Here also we can use signal flow graph to simplify the analysis of a complicated network, because as we studied network in our communication system, network means it is a combination or system. If, for example, if you consider a system, it is a combination of many circuits. It may consist active devices, passive components, and also itself there is a blocks of you can represent a filter as a block, phase shifter as a block, mixer, amplifier. It is a cascade connection of many circuits or many devices. Okay, so if there are cascade connection of many things are like this, if this is a one device here, and that is for example it may be a filter, it is represented through its S parameter. So that the filter is represented by using this S parameter. Similarly, it may be some mixer circuit, it is maybe a mixer circuit. See, like it has a three ports, okay, four ports are there. This may be some
Yeah.
other device. Hello, all of you switch off your mic. Please keep your mic off. Okay, so this is another system. So like this is one more one more circuit, or it may be a device. Its S parameter is a S3. So it is this is our overall system here. Overall system. It consists of many circuits and devices. See, like this, it is an interconnection of all those. So now, if this is the case, what we are expecting is what is the, if you what is the S parameter at a port one output ports one overall, whatever it is inside this. Okay, if you want to find S matrix of this overall system, that is S here. For example, individual blocks here, individual circuit and individual these devices, they have S matrix like this. S1 of it has a S1 matrix is S1, S matrix of this device, because every device and any component device or circuit can be represented by a S matrix, as we studied. Even a filter, a transistor, even not only filter, phase shifter and couplers like that. Yeah, transistor like a devices, active device like a FET, BJT and MOSFET. These devices also can be represented by using S parameters at RF and microwave frequencies. Okay, that S matrix is a representation of that particular device. Through the S matrix, you can come to know how does it performs. Okay, so like this may be a active device, it may be a some MOSFET or a, this or it may be a BJT or any active device. That active device is represented by using its S parameter. Similarly, it may be a filter or amplifier circuit. Amplifier it has its own S parameter. So each device or a circuit in the network has a S parameters like this, individual S matrix. But they are interconnected like this. But what we wanted is we want overall S matrix of this system, that is S here. Okay, there are many are there interconnected and they have their own S matrix. But if you want to find what is the S matrix of this overall system, that is yes here. Okay, so it is difficult now if you consider this block diagram itself. It is difficult. So what is there? Signal flow graph is a method. It is for representing this system through the signal flow graph. Okay, you studied it's similar to the control system only. It has nodes, it has a branches, and the branches are connected from one node to another node, like that. So this each device can be represented by its signal flow graph. Okay, this device or it may be a circuit. This can be represented using its signal flow graph, and that is connected to the next one through the signal flow graph. So like every device here or a circuit can be represented by using a signal flow graph. Instead of showing as a block diagram, this block or this circuit can be represented by a signal flow graph. Similarly, this is also can be given by a signal flow graph. Signal flow graph means like this. See, like this, it has a node here is a node is there, this is a node here, and many branches are going out and coming in here. So this is a branch going out of that and it is connecting to the next node here. You see, like this. So this is a showing outgoing signal from the node. Okay, similarly here there is a incoming signal to the node 1. So this using S parameters, we can represent any of these circuits or devices using a signal flow graph like this. Okay, this is an example, not exactly for a particular device. So that is here that is a signal flow. What is our why we are going for that signal flow graph representation? That's why it simplifies the analysis. So if you take this is represented by signal flow graph similarly like this, and all you interconnect all using represent all these using a signal flow graph, and you can simplify that signal flow graph similar to the control system to get the overall response of this system. What is the what is the for a given input, what is the output? That means you can find the overall S matrix of this system by analyzing the signal flow graph. So that is similar to the control system. So it simplifies the analysis. So signal flow graph is a graphical means. It is a graphical means of solving large systems of simultaneous equations. So you already studied that in the control system. Signal flow graph provides with a quick and accurate method for approximating a network or a device. Once a network has been described in terms of signal flow graph, some basic rules can be applied to analyze and simplify the network. So you already studied some rules are there. Using those signal flow graph reduction rules, you can easily analyze the network. It is often quicker to use the signal flow graph technique than use algebraic manipulation. So it is difficult to if you can find the response here through the mathematical analysis, but it's take a lot of time if you go through that algebraic or mathematical equation simplification. But using signal flow graph, you can easily get a analysis of network if it is a complicated system. Okay, but both will be the same. Mathematics, if you have apply or a signal flow graph, both the result will be the same. It is a graphical representation of a complicated system. Through that, you can analyze the network. See, for example, here I have shown here some. See, like this. See, this is a one system and this is another system here. Signal flow graph of this, it is like the signal flow. We will see this. So how, why, what is this? Okay, for some one. So this is a two-port network. If a two-port network is there, a two-port network, it is a one port and this is another port here. It is represented by a S matrix. S matrix, it consists of four parameter: S11, S12, S21 and S22. So this one can be represented like this. See, this is a signal flow graph here. Here is a node A1, B1, 4 nodes are there here, and 4 branches are there. Okay, like this. Similarly, this is represented by like the signal flow graph, and the two circuits are interconnected using this interconnect here. Interconnect, that interconnect is represented by like this. So this is a system, actually a cascade connection of two devices or a circuit is there, and it's a signal flow graph is like this. Now this is a signal flow graph. Okay, this load is represented like this load is what are this TOEL, how to write this signal flow graph, that we will see. And just for example, so like this is a system here that is represented like this. If it is a simple wire connection, short connection, you can represent like this. Okay, this is a signal flow graph of this. Similarly, see, if two devices circuits connected using this transmission line, this is a transmission line. So for the transmission line, see, this device is represented by like this, and this is represented like this. So S matrix of this X, system X here. Okay, this is a S matrix. Signal flow graph is this. That is all parameters of superscript is a Y. And this is represented by like e to the power minus j beta L, because it introduces the phase shift. So why the signal travels from here to here, there is a, even assuming it is a lossless, even assume it is a lossless, as the signal travels over a line with a length is equal to L, by the time it reaches here, it undergoes a phase shift. So while if you treat the interconnect, this interconnect as a transmission line, we should include like this e to the power minus j beta L. That is a representation of this transmission line. Yes, matrix of this. That's why here you see, this is what is this? This is a S matrix of transmission line. Transmission line input port here is a output port, but it has a length is equal to L. Just a transmission line, its a length is equal to L. Such a transmission line is represented by S matrix like this. So if you have a S matrix, you can have a signal flow graph like this. This is a signal flow graph. Okay, so this is represented like this. So this system, it is a cascade connection of two system X and Y through the transmission line. It's a signal flow graph looks like this. We will see how to write the signal flow graph. Okay, so like this is now signal flow graph of this system. We can easily get a output here. Okay, based on the input whatever we are sending here, we can get easily that output, or wherever intermediate also. By reducing this signal flow graph, this you can apply some signal flow graph reduction rules, and we can find out the various parameters of this system, or we can analyze the overall system by applying signal flow graph reduction rules over this one. Okay, so for example, if I want to find out what is a reflection here, what is a reflection here, I want to find out. What I have to do, we take a ratio of voltage incident signal and outgoing signal here. Incident signal is a A1 here is a, what is a A1 here, A1X is a A1Y is the incident here. What is outgoing? Outgoing is a B1Y here, B1Y. So if you want to find a reflection here, what we have to do, you should just find a ratio of B1Y divided by A1Y. B1 here is this point here. This is a corresponding to here. Input signal is a A1Y, and in outgoing signal here is a B1Y here. So if you take a ratio of B1Y divided by A1Y, that gives the reflection coefficient at how much reflection is there here. So by reducing this, if you reduce this block diagram, get a ratio of B1 by divided by A1, you will be getting the reflection coefficient here. So through the signal flow graph, we can easily find that what is the reflection here. Even you can find what is the reflection here, what is the transmission here, what is the transmission here, what is the transmission here. All those things we can find out from this network, and overall response also you can find. So that is the advantage of using a signal flow graph. Okay, so it is a graphical representation of a complicated system. Okay, are you audible? Hello, is it audible? Hello,
Yes,
hello,
ma'am.
audible. Okay. See here, this in the previous class we studied this two-port network. Okay, two-port network. Its S parameter is this. S parameter, S matrix of this. S matrix of this is equal to this here. See now, if you want to B2 and A2 here, and A1 is the incident, B1 is outgoing here, is a B2 and A2 here. See here if you this can be represented B1. What is B1 here? B1. We can write B1 as a S11 into A1 plus S12 into A2. B1 is what is this? Outgoing wave at a port 1. B1 is outgoing wave at port 1. Okay, B1 in general, see B1 in general we have to think. Not only we are sending signal at A1. In general, now you treat. See, previously what we are doing, we were sending signal only at A1. Sorry, incident signal at port 1. We were seeing like that. Okay, input port here signal is entering to the port 1. We were not. We were what we did. We kept a match termination here. Okay, match termination means no signal is going back here, reflecting. If you put a match termination, what happens? Entire signal will be dissipated in this match termination. So there is no reflection here. No reflection or no signal is entering to the port 2. See like this, there is no signal. A2 is 0 if you put a match termination here. Okay, that we studied in the previous class. Assuming this is match terminated, so A2 is 0, we studied. But in general, we are not always putting, because this is the, for example, like this. You see here, this is a two-port network. This is a two-port network. Okay, two-port network is now connected to some load ZL. It may not be equal to Z0 in general. We are always not connecting that. While defining, we are using here match termination. Okay, understand here. Do not confuse. While measuring S11, S12, S21 and S22 definition, while defining this, we are using that match termination we are putting here, or match termination we are putting while defining here. Okay, but in general what happens, the system is like this. It is this is for example some network. Okay, it is connected to load ZL, it is not equal to Z0. Similarly, the source here, source as a ZS, it ZS source impedance. Okay, it is not equal to characteristic impedance. In such a case, what happens here? So okay, it has a S matrix, that is from the assuming isolated. This is not connected to any like a load and a source. Load and source. If it is isolated, then what is a S matrix? This is a S matrix. S matrix of this system, circuit, or it may be a device. It is represented by using like this. Okay. So now, if you connect like this to the sum network here, what happens here? It has a S matrix like this. But you see here, A2 is not equal to 0 here. Okay, it is not Z0. Load ZL is not equal to Z0. Automatically, there is a reflected wave. Okay, that reflected wave is the input to the input at the port 2. Is correct, A2. There is a signal is there, A2, because reflected wave. It is a source is not connected, but B2 is incidenting over ZL, and ZL is not equal to Z0. Automatically, there is a reflected wave. That is, reflected wave is a incident wave at port 1, port 2. So there is a A2 is there now. So that incident here, it incident at port 2. Automatically, if A2 incident here, a part of this A2 enters the port 1, that is B1. B1 now, see, B1 is a part of this A2, because A2 is incidenting at port 2, and a part of that A2 enters the port 1. So this B1 is outgoing wave. So B1 is coming from this A2. So how much is that depends upon the transmission coefficient. So like this, S12, you are inputting A2 at port 2, a part of that means S21, S12 input at port 2, a part of that means it is S12 enters. So B1 consists S12 A2, a part of this A2, that means a part of that means S12. transmission coefficient, transmission times A2 enters a B1. Okay, that you have to consider. That's why B1 it is a part of this enters to output of this, that is at port 1. So that is S1 to A2, that you have to consider. And also assuming here also we are sending a signal from the source A1 incident here. Out of this A1, a part of that reflect back because assuming mismatch. So B1 consists part of S1 to A2 plus reflected wave from here at the port 1, because that is also going along with whatever transmitted from this A2. Okay, A1, S1, how much is adding to this B1? That is S11 times A1. So S11 time A1 plus S12 time A2 is a total B1. What is the total voltage B1? It is a reflected wave from A1 and also transmission from here A2. This A1 incident here, a part reflect. So that is S11 A1. Okay, and A1 enters this. Okay, a part of that goes out, that is B2. But B2 incident over ZL, because of mismatch, A2 will generate. This A2 again enters the port 2 and a part of that A2 enters again B1, enters at the port 1. So that gets added with the reflection from here. So that you have to consider reflection from here itself because of mismatch here, that is S11A1. Next is A1 enters here, B2 goes here because of mismatch, there is a reflection A2. That A2 again enters the port 2, that transmitted to the port 1, that is going out here as a B1 along with the whatever existing here. So S11A1 plus S12A2, that you have to consider. So okay, so B1 is the addition of two here now. One is reflected from here, another is transmitted from the port to 2. Okay, if A2 is 0, for example, if A2 is 0, A2 0 means if it is Z0, then what happens? A2 is 0. Automatically A2 0 means this part 1 will be 0 here. You will be getting only S11 into A1. B1 is what? Only S11 into A1. If A2 is reflection is there, no. Okay, so like that, you understand this B1. So it is the addition of S11A1 plus S12A2. Similarly, B2 also, it is the addition of S21 A1, because your incidenting signal here, incident here, a part of that A1 enters. How much enters? A transmission coefficient times. This is a transmission coefficient S21 times A1 is correct. That enters the port here. A1 is entered and B1 this transmitted. Next, see S22 into A2 is there. You see here. So here this A1 incident, a part of that transmitted here and it goes here and it reflect back. Okay, this A2 incident here. A part of A2 go to port 1. Okay, next, but a part of that may reflect back again. Out of this A2, a part may go through the network to the port 1, but the remaining may reflect back like this. Okay, so along with the transmission from A1, reflection from A2 also added with the B2. So B2 is addition of transmission from A1 plus reflection from because of A2, that is S22 times A2. Reflection at the port 2 is represented by reflection coefficient S22. A2 S22 times A2 reflect back. Okay, that gets added with the B2. So one is a transmission from port 1, another is a reflection from port 2 itself get added to the B2. So the B2 is addition of S21 A1 plus S22 into A2. So this is the total B2 in general. See, if you take a in general like this, okay. Individually, if you take it is a we are while defining a A2, you are considering 0, so it is only S21, S11. But in general, if it is in the system, B1 and B2, outgoing waves here at a port 1 and outgoing wave at a port 2. Okay, so they are addition of two signal. One is a transmitted signal, another is a reflected signal at the same port. See like this. Okay. So, so this is what we have to take in general system. So now, if this is a case, okay. So now tau n, you see, I have represented here reflection at this port, reflection coefficient. Reflection coefficient means what we needed is how much is it is a ratio of b1 by a1 is correct. You take at this position what is how much is entering, how much is leaving, how it is a ratio of outgoing wave divided by incoming wave. Okay, but outgoing wave you see here, incoming wave is a1, outgoing wave you see here b1. B1 is the addition of these two now, these two addition of transmitted wave from here plus the reflection from the port 1 itself. See why I am stressing here, do not confuse. You see, for example, if A2 is 0, actually what we a reflection coefficient we studied in the previous, B1 by A1. B1 by A1 is equal to what? In the previous earlier, B1 by S11 equal to what? S11 equal to B1 by A1. Okay, outgoing wave. S11 we were defining like that. S11 is equal to B1 by A1. Okay, but if overall system is like this, it is not S11, it is we are calling it as a reflection coefficient at the port 1. Okay, we cannot represent simply as S11. You will represent it only S11 if there is no reflection from here. No signal A2 is 0, then tau in is equal to S11. Just understand here, tau in. I have represented it tau in, reflection coefficient at the port 1. Similarly, reflection coefficient at the port 2. See, in the earlier, while defining this reflection coefficient, it is just S11. B1 by A1 is equal to S11. We were defining like that. But in the system, overall system, in general, if ZS and ZL are not matched, you cannot take simply S11 as a reflection coefficient at a port 1. It is represented by tau in. Okay, tau in, but the definition remains the same, B1 by A1. B1 by A1. What is B1 now? B1, you should substitute this. This is B1. This is a B1 divided by A1. This is A1 only. See like this. Okay. So now if you put this in this equation, tau in, what is the reflection coefficient here? What is the reflection coefficient here? If the system is like this, ZL is not matched. Okay. In such a case, what is the reflection coefficient? Reflection coefficient is given by B1 by A1. If you substitute B1, that is S11 A1 plus S12 A2. Here is a denominator A1 is there. So this cancels here. It is S11 plus S12 into A2 by A1. A2 by A1. Okay. So now here A2, see what is A2 here? A2 is there. A2, this is A2, reflection from here, from the load. Load is there. Load reflects back signal. That is a A2 here. A2 is equal to B2 times reflection from the load. Reflection from load. Reflection coefficient from the load. Reflection coefficient at the load times the B2 reflect back. That is a A2 here. Okay, how do you find a reflection coefficient here? ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. Tau L is equal to ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. That is a reflection coefficient. Tau L times B2. B2 is incidenting. B2 into tau L. Tau L times B2 reflect back. That is the A2 here. Okay, so A2 is B2 times tau L. Tau L is a reflection coefficient. Okay, B2 tau L is a A2 here. So A2 you can write here. This can be written as B2 into tau L. Okay, but what is B2 here? B2 is S21 A1. That is a transmitted signal from here. Transmitted from here. S2 into A1 plus A2 incident, a part of that reflects, that gets added with the S21 A1 plus S22 B2 TOL. Okay, so what is this? S22 reflection. Reflected wave is A2 times S22. A2 times S22. What is A2? A2 is B2 12. Understood? Here B2 is the addition of signal transmitted from port 1, that is A1 S21 A1 S21 A1 plus reflection here. What, how much reflects here? S22 times A2 reflects. S22 into A2. This is A2. What is A2? A2 equal to B2 into 12. So this is S22 into A2 is a 1. So B2 is the addition of transmission from the port 1 plus the reflection at the port 2 itself. Reflection at the port 2 is S22 into A2. A2 is B2 12. So this one. So this B2 here. So now substituting this A2, you substitute here. A2 is equal to what? This one. Now B2 is this one. B2 is equal to S. If you simplify this, you take this to the right hand side, your left hand side, you simplify S21 A1 divide by, if you take this to the left hand side, B2 is common, it is 1 minus S22 12. Okay, if you simplify this, you will be getting B2 is equal to this here. This A2 you substitute here. What is A2? A2 is B2 12. B2 12. B2 is there. You replace B2 by this equation. B2 by this equation. Okay, and simplify. Substitute the value of A2. Okay, that is B2 12, and B2 again you replace by this equation and simplify. Okay, we will be getting B1 by A1. You will get a B1 by, in the numerator it is A1 is there. So this will be becoming this B2 12. B2 12 here. B2 is this. So S21 A1 12 divided by 1 minus 2 to 12. Further you simplify this. Okay. So in the numerator A1 is there. You take a common in the numerator. Then you will be getting B1 by A1. That is our reflection coefficient. If you substitute this 3 and 5 in equation 1 and get a ratio B1 by A1, that is tau in, that is equal to this. Okay, so now you see here reflection coefficient here, how much reflect back, it is not equal to S11. What is that? It is equal to this in the general system. Okay, if you consider the general system like this, not matched at all, load and a source, then that reflection at port 1 is given by this equation, and it is represented by tau in instead of S11. Okay, so like this. So it is S11 plus this is there. Okay. Okay, so that is a reflection. What we can come to know, reflection is not only S11. It is increased, reflection will increase here if A2 is there. See here, if there is a reflection at the port to output port, okay, then it increases. If tau is 0, for example, tau is 0. Tau 0 means what? Tau is reflection coefficient here. That is ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. If there is no reflection, tau equal to, there is no reflection. If it is match terminated, tau is 0. That means A2 is 0. Then what happens? This whole term becomes 0. That case, this input reflection coefficient equal to S11. Okay, you should not forget this because this is needed for next topics. Understand here? Tau in, it is addition of S11 plus this. Actually, this is because of a reflection or wave entering at a port 2. We will be having reflection more here. So this gets added. If higher the value of this, more the reflection here. It's correct. Higher the value of this second term, more reflection will be there here. Reflection coefficient higher than S11. Okay, if there is no reflection here, then it is equal to S11. See, like that. Okay, so here this can be rearranged. See this TOIN, by rearranging this, we can show TOIN is also equal to this. Actually, this delta S11 S22 minus S12 S12. Okay, this is the equation for delta. By rearranging this, if you rearrange this, we can show this TOIN is given by this equation. Actually, these equations we are using in the next sections. Okay, tau in. Delta L, if tau L is 0, tau L 0, for example, no reflection, then this term will be 0 and this will be 0. So tau n is equal to S11 only. Okay. Okay, so this we have to keep it in mind. Reflection coefficient at the, it is called as reflection coefficient at the input port. This is tau out, reflection coefficient at the output port. Okay, so they are different if there is a mismatch. Okay, they are not equal to S1. So if tau L is 0, then it is equal to S1. Similarly, at the output port also, reflection coefficient at the output port, we are calling it as S22 in the earlier. Okay, but if you consider actual network like this, if ZS is not matched, then this, it is not only equal to S22. Here, whatever your reflection is not only equal to S22, it is tau out, a reflection coefficient at the output port. It is given by, see this equation. Similar to this, we can show, similar to this, whatever I did, you can show it is equal to, tau out equal to S22, see like this. Here, tau out is equal to S22 plus S12, S21 tau S divided by 1 minus S11 tau S. Okay, so tau S is a reflection coefficient at the port 1 here. See what happens here, the signal B1 comes like this, is correct. This is a reflection plus the addition of transmission from here. It will be going like this. And again, if ZS is not matched, then what happens? A part will reflect back again. That is this part, this one, tau S. How much reflects here? Based on the ZS. So ZS, tau S depends upon, this is called a input reflection coefficient, tau S. Like tau L. Tau L is ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. Tau S related to ZS. Tau S, how do we calculate to tau S? ZS minus Z0 divided by ZS plus Z0. Tau S, if you want to find out tau S, it is equal to ZS minus Z0 divided by ZS plus Z0. Tau S. So that you can substitute here, and you will be getting it is equal to tau out. Okay, so like that you can this is tau out and tau in, they are not equal to this S11 and S22 if you consider a general system. Okay, and yes, we got this tau in. See, we derived this tau in from the mathematics. You see what we did? We took a A2 and that we substituted here, and B2 we obtained from here, and that B2 we substituted again here, and finally we left with the tau in. That is the equation like this. So this is a mathematics. Some algebraic simplification we are doing to get a tau in and a tau out. What we did now here in this, to get a value of tau in and tau out, we did some algebraic or mathematical operations here. Like we took a A2 and we substituted that here, and again this B2 is there, we took this and we simplified that B2 we obtained, and again we substituted here. Okay, and doing like the algebraic, finally we left with the tau in. But you can do this. This is a simple what we are doing. But if a complicated network is there, it is difficult to like do like this algebraic manipulations to get the final whatever parameters we needed. That's why we have to go for signal flow graph reduction methods. Signal flow graph. So this entire system can be represented by a signal flow graph. using that signal flow graph, you can easily get this. Need not to go like this mathematical operations or algebraic operations. Okay, substitutions and all. We can easily obtain these things to in, to out, and also some other parameters we can easily obtain if there is a complicated network is there. I have shown here only one like this. Okay, if there is a complicated structure is there like this. Okay, it is difficult to get all these things, like whatever we did simple analysis here through the algebraic. So in such a case, if you represent this using algebraic, sorry, using signal flow graph, you can easily get these parameters. If you want to find what is a reflection here at any position, what is a reflection, what is a transmission, all those things you can easily find out using a signal flow graph instead of like this algebraic operations. Okay, that is because we needed all these things at RF and RF and microwave frequencies. These are very very important while designing. That's why it's very challenging. Matching impedance matching and analysis is very challenging thing at RF and microwave frequencies. So this is a method. Actually, all these things will be done using a simulations tool. But a simulation tool again, it is implemented using all these equations. Is correct. Simulation tool. What is simulation tool? It is nothing but implemented. All these mathematics is implemented in the tool. So that's why it is given. Simply we are using simulation tool. Simulation tool doesn't exist like as it is. People worked over that all these mathematics, and finally they gave us that simulation tool. Okay, we are just using, but behind that lot of mathematics is there like this, and also signal flow graph reduction methods, many things that but have used to finally left with those simulation tools and all. So this mathematics is also you should understand initially why what are these equations and all. Okay, so usually all these things will be done in the simulation tool for a complex. But we should know what is that signal flow graph, all those things. So for a simple circuits analysis is there for your curriculum. Okay, so like this, so this instead of like this algebraic manipulation, so we can use a signal flow graph that we will see how to get this to in and to out a simple way using a signal flow graph. You can also get this to in and to out using a signal flow graph representation of this network. This network can be represented using signal flow graph. And by applying some reduction rules, we can easily obtain this 2in and 2 out without doing any mathematical operations. Okay, you see like this. So like this can be represented like this. This is a signal flow graph. This is a what we have. Okay, that can be represented like this through a signal flow graph. From this signal flow graph, we can easily obtain that B1 by A1. B1 by A1 you can easily obtain. Okay, that you study as you studied in the control system. So that's why otherwise you should do all these mathematics over that to get a B1 by A1. Okay, is it audible to all of you? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. Okay, so understood now this signal flow graph, why we are using a signal flow graph. And okay, in the next class, we will see how signal flow graph will be represented. What is how to write the signal flow graph for a given system. All those things we will see in the next class.